Hey clowns, Feliz Cinco de Mayo, which means happy 5th of May, which is today. And it's also Taco Tuesday. Perfect. As Miss Megan told you yesterday, this week we're learning all about frogs in the pond. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about frogs. We're going to learn the Spanish for frog. We're going to learn the sign language for frog. I'm going to tell you about the frog life cycle, so how it grows. And then we're going to sing a song. So 4 things to do. All right, first up, I said we're learning the Spanish for frog. And the Spanish for frog is rana. So everybody try and say rana. Ready? You hear me? Rana. Good job. All right, after the Spanish, we're going to learn the sign language for frog. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand, you're going to fold your 2 fingers, and the other 2 are going to be at the top, like my pointer and my middle finger, and at the bottom is my thumb. I'm going to hold it under my chin, and then you're just going to flick your fingers out off of your thumb. Just like that, and that is sign language for frog. So we've got sign language for frog and Spanish, which is rana. Great job. All right, the next I said we're going to talk a little bit about the frog life cycle. So I'm going to switch and show you some pictures, and we're going to talk about each stage of the frog's life. Frogs hatch from eggs. And when a frog lays their eggs, they're going to lay somewhere around sometimes up to 4,000 eggs at a time, or maybe more, depending on the species or the type of frog that is laying the eggs and growing. And they're going to lay their eggs either in or really close to water, because when the frog hatches from the egg, they only have gills, so they are going to breathe underwater. They don't have lungs like us to breathe air, so they need to be near water. And if you look in our picture, right here in the middle, this is the tadpole, and he's starting to grow in our egg, but he's not quite ready to hatch yet. It can take somewhere between 6 to 21 days for the eggs to hatch and the little tadpoles to come out ready to swim. So in my next picture, here's a picture of a tadpole, or sometimes they're also known as pollywogs. And in our tadpole picture, you can see that he's got a head, and then he's got a really long tail. And that's to help him swim around because, like I said, he doesn't have lungs to breathe air. He has gills to breathe under the water. So in the tadpole stage, this is where he does a lot of his growing and transforming into a frog. So here you can see he's got some back legs growing. He's also going to start growing front legs, and his head's going to change a little bit. He's going to grow more of like a frog shape, and it's going to become bone, because right now it's cartilage, which is kind of like the stuff inside your nose and your ears, how it kind of wiggles around. It's not really stiff. So that's what's in a tadpole. But in a frog, there are bones, so those are going to change too. And also during the tadpole stage, as he's growing these legs, his tail is going to start shrinking and disappearing and getting shorter and shorter. Also, he's going to start growing his lungs. All right, so his gills will start to disappear and his lungs will start to grow. The next stage is called a froglet. And as you can see, he almost looks like a big frog, an adult frog, but he still has his little tail left. So during that time, again, his lungs are growing, his tail's disappearing, his gills are disappearing, and he's starting to live on the land instead of just the water. So once this stage is complete, once his gills are gone and his little tail is gone, he is going to be a full adult, which means he is going to live on land. Now, this process can take anywhere from 10 days up to 2 years to go from egg all the way through and to become a full adult frog. And that, again, depends on what type of frog is growing. All right. So once they become an adult frog, they don't have to stay near water anymore, but a lot of them do. But pretty much frogs are found all over the world, and they can live in all different types of habitats or types of places to live, because frogs eat all sorts of things like bugs and insects, little spiders. They can also eat like small fish, anything pretty much that they can catch with their tongue and fit in their mouth, they're going to eat. So that's kind of what helps dictate where the frogs live, which again can be pretty much anywhere depending on the type of frog and what they can find in their habitat to eat. Pretty cool. All right, so let's review really quick. We learned the Spanish for frog, which is rana. right? And then we learned the sign language for frog. So we're going to put our fingers together and we're just going to flick them underneath. And that is the sign for frog. And the last thing that we just did was the life cycle of a frog. And we learned it went from egg to tadpole to froglet to full adult frog. Right, Tristan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. Are you going to help me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready? We'll sing it together once, and then we'll sing it again, and you can join in if you want. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let him go again. Why did you let him go? Because he bit my finger so. Which finger did he bite? This little pinky on my right. Good job, Tristan. All right, you ready to sing it again with me?
Yeah.
All right, you guys can join in if you want to. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let him go again. Why did he let him go? Because he bit my finger so. Which finger did he bite? This little pinky on my right. Good job, friends. Thanks for helping, Tristan.
Mommy.
Yeah, baby.
I said we're going to do it on backwards.
Oh, we were going to sing it backwards?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can sing it backwards. All right, you want to say bye to my friends?
Bye.
Say bye. Hopefully I'll see you guys on our Zoom meeting on Friday. Miss you. Mwah. You gonna blow a kiss? Good job.